I am Ferdinand Marcos, and I am the President of the Republic of the Philippines. I stand today on behalf of 110 million Filipinos.
Hello people and hello universe, it's me again. Shout out sa inyo mga kababayan. Hello sa mga Marcos loyalists and supporters. Shout out sa inyo mga beswa. Hayan, mayroon tayong very important updates video sa inyong lahat. Ay napaka-importante ito mga kababayan. Kasi alam po natin dyan sa Marawi, kahit saan ba dyan, sa Mindanao, no? Sa ating mga kapatid na mga Muslim sa Barn, nako, talaga naman masabi natin walang kulang ang tulong ng pamahalaan sa kanila in the past, no? But this time, no? Tingnan nyo guys kung paano naman sila nagpapasalamat sa ating mahal na Pangulo Marcos Jr. Lalo na po sa peace agreement, inumpisa ng kanyang ama yan. Kaya tinuloy ng anak. At maganda naman talaga ang relasyon natin ngayon sa kanila. Lalo na sa Barn, no? Ang kailangan din talaga nila is yung transformation. Yung tulong ba? Kailangan nila yung tulay, malalaking tulay, yung magandang hospital para sa kanila. Kailangan lang ang tulong Kaya minsan hindi rin natin na masisi yung iba nagbubundok kasi, kulang sa tulong galing sa national government. Pero sa under the Marcos administration, tingnan nyo naman kung paano sila magpasalamat. Para kompleto Ricardo, no, panoorin nyo ito, napakaganda ito, no. See you again on my next upload video. Bye and babush. God bless Philippines. Eto na.
Hapon po sa ating lahat. Thank you for joining us in this afternoon press conference. Earlier today, we commemorated the 28th anniversary of the 1996 Final Peace Agreement. But basically, the final agreement also started from the 1976 Triple Agreement, where President Marcos Sr. started it during those times. It was a very fruitful gathering between the national government, the MNLF, and other stakeholders, including the diplomatic corps, which bodes well for the celebration of the National Peace Consciousness Month this September. We are on the 20th anniversary of the National Peace Consciousness Month. I would like also to once again express my gratitude to President Marcos Jr., our nation's peace architect, for his unwavering resolve to uphold the peace and transform the lives of former combatants, their families, and communities. His commitment especially important as we approach the first ever Bangsamoro election next year. And in line with this, the President's guidance, we will endeavor to ensure the peaceful, orderly, and credible conduct of this historical election. Thank you very much, and I look forward to a productive discourse with our media, and maraming salamat po. Happy anniversary, 28th anniversary sa ating Final Peace Agreement and also the 20th National Peace Consciousness Month.
Magpasalamat sa ating Pangulo ng Republika, Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. sa pagbibigay ng importansya sa signing ng Final Peace Agreement noong 1996, September 2, 1996, which is a result of a long and winding, difficult negotiation which started in 1976 by his father, then President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. The Final Peace Agreement resulted to our decision in setting aside our armed struggle, our bloody armed struggle. And we thank the leadership of the national government, especially his father, who started the peace process, which continued up to the formation of the present Bangsamoro government. If it was not of the Triple Agreement, we could not have reached this peace that we have now, because the Triple Agreement is the mother of all peace agreements. And we thank the leadership, again, we thank the leadership of the Republic of the Philippines for finally recognizing the rights of the Moro people. And of course, we also salute the leadership of the Moro National Liberation Front, who spearheaded the struggle of the Moro National Liberation Front in 1969, and also decided to enter into peace negotiation with the government of the Republic of the Philippines. Thank you.
Warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Siguro yung mga magagandang salita na sabi ng nakauna nagsalita sa akin, hindi na yung madagdagan. Pero dahil nabigyan po tayo ng konting panahon magbigay ng mensahe on behalf ni Chairman Nur Miswari, nang masabi ng namin dito sa MNLF. Ang MNLF, when they started to fight for self-determination many years ago, hindi yun for a reason na hilig nila yun, pero for a dream na magbago ang bansa natin. Mayroon tayong bagong Pilipinas. Pilipinas, may hustisya sa lahat. Pareho-pareho tayo, regardless of our religion. Katoliko man tayo, Protestant, Muslim, or mga Highlanders, pareho-pareho tayo. We have difference of opinion, pero we share the same land. We have to protect this nation as one. Yan ang pinaglaban ng MNLF dati-rati pa. So ngayon, nakikita po natin sa bisyo ng Pangulo natin at sa gobyerno ngayon is bagong Pilipinas. Yan ang nag-react sa puso ng mga karamihan ng mga MNLF. Ito na ang pinaglaban natin na walang discrimination. We want a nation strong, solid. Nagkakaisa po tayo. Nagrerespeto tayo sa tradition ng bawat isa. Walang mababa, walang mataas. Yan ang bagong Pilipinas. Nagkaiisa, nagmamahalan po tayo. Strong within, strong against foes natin sa labas. Kasi, as said, united we stand, divided we fall. Diba? So, yan kami sa MNLF. Yan ang mensahe ni Chairman Nur Miswari para sa atin lahat. Bagong Pilipinas ay Pilipinas para sa atin lahat. Yan lang, hindi ko na madagdagan siguro. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat.
Good afternoon, sir. Bian Manalo pa from PTV4 for MNLF representative. Sir, ano po yung reaksyon o masasabi niyo po about consistent statement ni President Bongbong Marcos Jr. na he is sincere in completing all peace-signed agreements during his term?
We appreciate that. Dapat yan talaga ang hinihintay ng Moro National Liberation Front, yung pangako na lalong-lalo nga ngayon na sinabi na no less than the President now is committing to implement all signed agreements, no? Kasi yun naman ang dahilan kung bakit kami napasama dito sa implementation of the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro on the commitment that all signed agreements will be implemented. So kami po ay nagpapasalamat. I think our people will see it a very mabigat na utang na loob sa ating kasalukuyang Pangulo kung kanyang tulad ng kanyang sinabi na he is committed to implement all signed peace agreements. Maraming salamat po.
Follow-up question na lang po, no? On your part, sirs, no? Paano po kayo makakatulong para ma-achieve o maisakatuparan ng Marcos administration ang full implementation hindi lamang ng 1996 final peace agreement but all other signed peace agreements?
Nakasaad naman yan. Actually, yung 1996, 1976 peace agreements at yung Jeddah Accord, lahat po nakabalo dyan sa final peace agreement. So, yun po ang kabuuan. Yun yung kaya nga tinawag natin yung final peace agreement dahil lahat ng mga napag-usapan ng triple agreement, yung Jeddah Accord, nandiyan na sa final peace agreement po.
Anong tanong natin po?
Bien, can you repeat the question for Vice Chair Miswari?
Hello, sir. Paano po kayo makakatulong para ma-achieve o maisakatuparan ni President ng administrasyon, Marcos administration, ang full implementation hindi lamang ng 1996 final peace agreement but all other peace agreements?
Well, ang masabi ko lamang dito is dapat palagi nagsishare ideas. Yung agreements natin andyan na. pero kailangan palagi pinag-uusapan yung easiest way to implement yung mga napag-agrihan. And we understand it takes time, pero wala naman mahirap. Basta palagi lang pinag-uusapan, pag-share ng ideas, ma-implement yan lahat, inshallah.
Secretary.
Alam niyo yung ginagawa ng MNLF na pagtulong sa atin. Alam niyo naman yung Sulu at saka Basilan at Tawi-Tawi. Talagang may mga problema tayo sa tourism before. Yung mga tinatawag natin Congressman Jikiri before, and also yung ating MNLF brothers doon sa Sulu, nag-organize po sila na parang joint task force with us. So nakita natin tumulong sila. Karamihan po ng mga MNLF, sila po ang nag-i-intercede, lalo na po yung mga Abu Sayyaf na mga kamag-anak nila. So karamihan po doon nag-surrender. And from there nakita niyo naman yung Sulu at saka Basilan, tumahimik na, nawala na yung Abu Sayyaf. Because of their intercession, at the same time yung collective desire nila na matahimik na yung lugar, naging successful po tayo. Meaning, ibig sabihin, yung problema natin sa tinatawag na peace and order, ang ginawa po ng MNLF, nagkaroon sila ng ownership. They co-own it. And we created something na nakita natin, nag-improve na yung peace and order situation sa Sulu at saka sa Basilan.
If I may add, our relationship with the Presidential Assistant OPAPRO, ay magsasabi na the MNLF is committed to uphold the gains of the peace process. Lahat po ng pwede namin magawa na mapanatili ang kapayapaan ay amin ang ginagawa, even without kahit walang relation doon sa napagkasunduan noong 1996 final peace agreement. The Secretary of OPAPRO is, I think, a witness to that. We have been working together, and I think we have gotten a lot of success in the past.
Thank you, Secretary. Chair, Vice Chair. Next question is from Eden Santos, Net 25.
Good afternoon po, sir, kay Secretary Galvez. Yun pong almost 2,000 na mga former MNLF combatants. Ano pong proseso yung pinagdaanan para sila ay talagang makabalik po sa ating lipunan? And then, yun po bang bilang na to, yun na yung kabuuan ng pwersa po ng MNLF, or meron pang hindi pa po talagang sumusurrender?
Ang ganito po, bali po kasi pagka tayo nag-implement ng final peace process, katulad sa akin, siyempre hindi ako kasama doon sa mga tinatawag natin na mga negotiators. Ang ginawa ko noon, yung lahat ng mga negotiators, for example, dating E.S. Torres at saka Jermita, sila yung talaga nagpursige ng final peace agreement ng MNLF. Ang sinasabi nga ni Jermita, sabi niya, Charlie, nung nagkakaroon kami ng negotiation, ang pinapalo up ni Chairman Miswari is 14,000 ang ma-integrate. 7,000 lang po ang na-integrate sa Armed Forces at sa PNP. So sabi niya, paano na yung 7,000 na hindi na-integrate? So ang ginawa ko po noon, sumama po kay Chairman Miswari sa kanyang kampo, at nakita ko talaga na yung livelihood at saka yung tinatawag na yung kondisyon na mga 7,000 na hindi po na integrate. Nakita po namin na kailangan talaga na bigyan ng certain socioeconomic packages. And then when we review yung final peace agreement, nandun nga sa Article 20 na for those combatants that will not be included in the integration, it is a mandate of the national government to provide socio-economic. So yung sa transformation, nagkaroon kami ng re-engagement. So ang ginawa po namin, nagkaroon po kami ng convergence. Yung lahat po ng MNLF leaders, kinausap po namin. Ang latest po na pagkausap po namin is last August 12 and 13 with Saplag de Mayo. At hiningi po namin sa kanila ang kanilang pangangailangan at saka kanilang hinaing. And from there, nagkaroon po kami ng tinatawag na collective agreement na magkaroon po tayo ng tinatawag na transformation roadmap. Sa transformation roadmap po, nandito po yung tinatawag natin na yung stenciling and recording ng mga firearms. Kasi pagka magbibigay po tayo ng socio-economic program, magtatanong ang COA, ano po ang proof nyo na ito'y member ng mga combatants. So ginagawa namin ang proof, yung kanilang yung stenciling ng firearms. And with that, ang nangyari po is binibigyan po natin ng initial cash assistance na 45,000. At the same time, yung ating pamana program, inilapit po namin si Secretary Amina Pangandaman, at ngayon po meron po tayong inilalaan na more or less 500 to 1 billion po na socio-economic programs, including po yung farm to market, yung tinatawag nating bridges, and also yung tinatawag nating life support, housing, and also yung tinatawag nating mga sustainable livelihood program. So yun po ang transformation roadmap na ginagawa po namin ngayon. At yung amin pong tinatarget is yung kung meron talaga yung 7,000 po na yun, yun ang hinahanap po namin ng mga listahan. So there is a validation and verification being conducted by both the MNLF and also the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police.
So meron pa po palang 7,000 na hindi pa.
Yes, ang ano namin ngayon, actually ang ano namin ngayon, meron kaming 3,000 na ina-allocate for Sulu. And then yung 2,000 is for Maguindanao and also Basilan, Tawi-Tawi and Lanao del Sur. So yun po ang ano po namin, meron pa po kami additional na i-allocate doon po sa ating mga brothers and sisters doon sa Sulu na more or less 3,000. At the same time, baka buuin po namin yung 7,000 po na combatants na sinasabi po sa amin ni General Amita na the remaining package na pwede nating ibigay. Kasi ang ano po ng ating mahal na presidente, wala pong maiiwanan. Lahat po sama-sama po dito sa transformation po.
Paano po tayo makatitiyak, Secretary, na itong mga combatant po ng MNLF ay hindi na bumalik ulit sa kanilang...
Unang-una po lahat talaga kasi, ang importante talaga, katulad ng sinasabi nga ni Vice Chairman Abdul Karim, na kailangan mayroong pagbabago, yung tinatawag na transformation. So yung kaya nga yung ating team ngayong taon sa ating National Peace, changing minds and changing lives. So ang inano namin talaga is yung changing yung mindset. Importante po kasi yun dahil kasi pagka na-change natin ng mindset na dati tayo magkalaban, ngayon partner na tayo sa partnership sa peace and order na ginagawa po natin. So ganun po ang ginawa po namin na ang MNLF, sinasabi nga ni Chairman Miswari na is a natural ally of the national government.
Diba? As said kanina, yung pinag-uusapan po natin kanina pa is as a nation. Isang nation po tayo. A nation, nagrespetuhan po tayo. And that's why, mismo kanina ang mahal natin na presidente, hindi siya nagbanggit surrender po. Kasi sa media, please, be sensitive sa kultura ng mga bangsa natin. We are yung honor ng Bangsamoro, honor ng Pilipino. Kung parang ipalabas natin na, yan, sumuko na sa atin, parang pinahiya din natin ang sarili natin. We forge peace. Peace between brave people po. So, dapat bigyan natin respeto ang sarili natin. So, yan ang mahingi ko po sa media. Dapat ang media, hindi tayo sanhi ng pagwatak-watak. Dapat tayo ang sanhi ng pagkakaisa. Kung kailangan natin malakas ang bansa natin, muna-muna ang media kasi kayo ang magpapaabot ng mensahe. At yung paano natin masiguro kami, sabihin ko sa inyo, as a Bangsamoro, as a Muslim, ang day-to-day life namin is mandated by ang mandate ng Panginoon. Sabi ng Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sa Suratul Ma'idah, sabi, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. Mahigit ko mo lang ibig sabihin, O you who believe, fulfill your commitments. That's why kami sa MNLF. Yan ang sinasabi ko sa mahal natin na sekretary. Mahirap kami sabi ko mag-commit. Kasi once we commit, we fulfill. We don't need anybody else to look around na i-fulfill ba hindi. It's a commitment namin sa Panginoon. Before commitment sa sarili at sa bangsa natin. Yan commitment ng MNLF since 1976. Pero things happen sa pagitan. Pero nakikita nyo naman ang MNLF hanggang ngayon. Whenever there's a call of peace, andito ang MNLF. Whenever there's call of unity, andyan ang MNLF. Ang MNLF, ang mission niya is magkaisa po tayo bilang isang society, isang bangsa, isang malakas na bansang Pilipinas. Yan lang po masabi ko.
Kami kasi yung sensitivity ng terminology dapat napagiging tayo kasi yung surrender sa negotiating table we never discuss about yung terms of surrender kasi ano yan hindi yan dignified. So sa negotiation may tayong tinatawag na goodwill and mutual respect. So sa OPAP hindi namin ginagamit yung term na surrender. Actually ang ano namin is combatant. Kung makita niyo yung ginagamit namin combatant. At ang ginagawa pa namin, tawag namin sa FR kasi ang terminology ng iba is former rebels. Kami, FR is friends rescued or our friend or kapatiran. So yun ang ano lang namin na request din namin sa media na yung term of surrender is a very sensitive issue, especially if it comes from the negotiating table.
Thank you, sir. Ace Romero from Philippine Star.
Secretary Galvez, since this is also a celebration of the Peace Consciousness Month, no? Sa kabilang dako po, kumusta naman po yung update sa ating peace efforts with the communist rebels? Kasi the President has committed to resume, or if not resume, start fresh talks with the communist rebels, no? So ano na po ang update doon?
Ongoing pa rin yung acting exploratory talks at nakikita po natin na yung last na November nagkaroon tayo ng final tinatawag nating mission statement. Yung sa proseso kasi ng tinatawag natin ng negotiations. Meron po tayong tatlong proseso Number 1 is yung getting the vision statement, and then number 2 is yung framework agreement, and then number 3 is the final peace agreement. So sa ngayon ongoing po ang ating constituency building, and also ongoing pa rin po yung exploratory talks natin po.
Sino po ba yung kakausapin? Kasi wala na po si Joma Sison, and then yung ibang leaders either hinahanap or nahuli. Sino po ba yung kakausapin sa panig nila?
Kung nakita niyo yung sa ating vision statement, nakapirma po doon si Mr. Halandoni, si Connie, si Colonel Desma, and also yung asawa po ni Joma Sison, si Ma'am Juliet De Lima Sison. So sila pa rin po ang nagre-representante, ang pagkakalam po namin, representative pa rin ng NDF at saka ng CPPNP in terms of negotiating sa peace agreements. So sa ngayon po, ang ano po namin, ang masasabi lang po namin ngayon, in order not to compromise yung going natin, the President is very committed to finish all agreements and implement it during his time. So yun po ang pinaka-guidance na po sa amin, and we are more than happy to and being inspired na we commit to the aspiration of the President and the national government that we will finish the final peace agreement with the CPP-NPA in the future.
So given these developments na binanggit nyo, ongoing po yung sinasabi nyo exploratory talks, how optimistic are we that a final
very optimistic.
Within the term of the President?
Yes, within the term of the President. Or even before the term ends.
Okay. Salamat po.
Kay Chairman Sema po and Vice Chairman Ms. Wari, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is urging the MNLF to help authorities ensure the successful conduct of the BARM elections next year. May we ask if there are concrete steps or preparations that we are undertaking right now to ensure that the elections next year will be successful po?
Our association with the BARM, yes. The inclusion of the Moro National Liberation Front in the implementation of the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro was anchored on that commitment of implementing all signed peace agreements. Yeah. And right now, the MNLF who are working with the current government of the day of the Bangsamoro government are working very efficiently, and I think a lot of changes, especially on the life of our people. As a matter of fact, BARM now is no longer considered as the poorest region in the country, as reported by the PSA, and that is as a result of the implementation of all the programs of the Bangsamoro government with the support of the national government.
Well, as the MNF is concerned, as stated kanina by mahal natin na secretary, binigay niya example ng Basilad at Sulu. Napaka-peaceful na siya. So, kami sa MNLF, as far as we are concerned, we want to transform yung, hindi lang yung lives at minds ng mga tao, pero yung reality ng Bangsamoro within the Bangsamoro area, at least, into dealing in a professional way, into joining elections as elections should be. Hindi yung na-stereotype po natin. Yan. Hindi yan ang pinaglaban po natin. Ang pinaglaban natin talaga is yung real change. At nakikita po natin, it seems like yung wind of change, yan na. Agad kahit pinagbiruan namin kanina, nag-celebrate tayo ng final peace agreement, kahit sabi ko yung weather, nag-participate dito. Wind of change is coming. At siguro isa yun yung masagot ko yung tanong kanina ng kagalang-galang na Ben. Sabi niya, yung nakikita natin ng president, it's not just words. Alam mo, words are easy. Diba? Pero nakikita natin ang actions. Kami, I've been dealing with the OPAP and OPAP Pro almost 8 years na. Pero nakikita ko ngayon ang mandate kay Secretary kahit hindi niya sabihin. Nakikita namin ang actions, yung ano. So yan ang nakikita natin sa presidente natin. Marami siyang action, kulang siyang salita. So let's give him time. At ganito ba, ang problema natin as Filipinos, kung may leader tayo, mahilig natin hinihila yung leader natin. Hindi ganon. Supposed to be kung may leader tayo, suportahan natin para mag-succeed tayo as a nation. Kasi siya ang head of state natin. Yan lang ang masabi ko. I-conclude ko, kami as MNLF, ma-assure namin at least whatever falls sa amin, i-fulfill namin in a peaceful way. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair and Vice Chair. Any more questions from our friends from the media? Before we conclude the press briefing, may we ask Vice Chair Ms. Wally first for his closing statement, followed by Chairman Sema and Secretary Galvez.
Sige po. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. On behalf ng MNLF, gusto ko lang ipaabot sa bangsa natin sa araw na to, dapat masaya po tayo as isang nation. Ito commemoration ng isang malaking achievement natin bilang isang bansa. From hirap, pagsubok, hindi natin hinanap yun. Pero granted na. Basahin natin ang history ng mga iba. Usually yung mga new nations, mayroon nangyayari mga pagsubok na ganito para mag-dovetail ang ideologies at yung magkasanayan ng lahat. Pero we survived as a nation. We survived as a nation. Ngayon, sa generation natin, dapat hindi tayo ma-hostage sa nangyari sa 70s. Hindi. Bagong Pilipinas, bagong way mag-think tayo. Bago na tayo magtingin sa kapwa natin. Hindi yan taga Mindanao yan taga Luzon yan, Bisaya yan. Hindi. Dapat, yan kapatid ko. Alam nyo, I've been working 17 years abroad as an OFW. Doon, isang terminology lang ang ginagamit po namin. Kababayan. Kababayan. So bakit kababayan tayo doon? Dito hindi tayo kababayan. Yan, bagong Pilipinas, dapat reality na yan talaga na maging tunay ang pagbabago po natin. Kasi kung hindi tunay ang pagbabago natin, mahirap isulat tayo sa history, tayo ang mga nakasira ng future ng mga anak natin, na hindi bagay yan. Lalo-lalo na, we have a leadership that is open. So yan lang ang masabi ko. As kami as MNLF, huwag kayong mag-aalala, huwag kayong mag-doubt. Kaya yung sinabi ko kay Secretary, alam mo kami ang guardians ng southern frontier natin. Walang makadaan dyan sa amin. Marami pong salamat sa inyo lahat.
Well, the result of the long winding road of peace negotiation is finally here. And therefore, nasa sa atin ang pangangalaga dito. Ang Moro National Liberation Front ay nangangailangan ng suporta ng lahat. Sana po ay yung paglakad namin sa mahabang kapayapaan, paghahanap ng kapayapaan ay ganun din ang paglalakad ng bawat Pilipino sa bagong Pilipinas na isulong ang tunay na kapayapaan at pagbabago para po hindi na maulit ang pinagdaanan natin sa Mindanao. Yun po ang aming malaking pasasalamat sa liderato ng ating Pangulo ngayon. Sa kanyang vision sa bagong Pilipinas ay ang pag-implement ng lahat ng napirmahang kasunduan. Napakaganda po. Amin po itong susuportahan. The Moro National Liberation Front will stand with that. We will march with how our brothers who are no longer here, who are martyred, we will march as the March for Peace. Thank you very much.
Would like to thank Minister Muslim Sema and also Deputy Speaker Abdul Karim Miswari for really giving us the wholehearted support. And as we begin the celebration of the National Peace Consciousness Month, with the team Transforming Minds, Transforming Lives, I highly encourage everyone's active participation in this month's activities and join us in our efforts to preserve and uphold the peace process. I also wish to thank the Moro National Liberation Front for being a consistent and invaluable peace partner and ally. And we truly value this partnership which has forged 28 years ago, and it is continually nurtured from this day. Together with our fellow peace stakeholders, let us continue to rally behind and give our utmost support to the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on his peace agenda, which is to have a lasting peace for all Filipinos, particularly in the Bangsamoro and in Mindanao. Maraming salamat po.